The feeling of spring came to me very strongly in this reading, well, before we came into this reading. So I would like to share a few messages with you that I was just kind of picking up on before we really dive into, I feel like, what we're about to dive into here. And I don't necessarily feel that the messages that I was getting were about a romantic relationship. They were more about advice for the collective, while this points to a very specific and particular romantic relationship in your life. Going back to downloads and messages about spring, this is a timeless reading. So whenever it comes to you, right? If you click on it the day of release or 5 years from now, when it comes, it comes. When you're drawn to it, you're drawn to it. When it resonates, it resonates. I felt the urge to wish you a happy birthday, which could mean that you're coming to this around your birthday. Great. That could also signify that this is your day of rebirth. So whatever you've done has triggered a total and utter transformation for you right now. Today is, this month, this week, is kind of you walking through this doorway. This reading could also work as a look into an alternate timeline where you do walk through that doorway and what could happen if you do. Some advice from Spirit that came through. The biggest thing was to look at it right now as spring in terms of spring cleaning. And this felt, I've sent this message to the collective before. This felt like organizing your environment and your home, cleaning out the drawers, room by room, going through. There was a message about junk. So like an item has value that you give it. It doesn't matter how much it's worth. What around you has intrinsic value for you. It doesn't matter if it's $20 or $200. You want things around you that have value, that come from your heart, that come from your soul, and you want to keep those around and connect with them. If it doesn't, give it away, donate it. You don't want a lot of lifeless or useless things in your physical environment where you are. Overcrowding, etc., is going to cause like energetic blockage. I don't know if you want to check into feng shui or something like that, but the more that you clear, organize, and get rid of junk at this time in your physical environment, that will have an effect on you mentally and spiritually. Right? That's part of your spring cleaning. So we have crazy shit going on with the relationship here. This is going to be about a relationship. It's going to be about a romantic relationship. It's about somebody that you've been in contact with, likely not in contact anymore, but they did trigger a very big they triggered a very big confirmation. They triggered, I'm like going like way too fast. There's a lot coming through. They triggered a very big transformation or some kind of change within you. And that started here with the kiss. So literally, I feel like there was something physical to this. You had sex, you kissed, you held hands, you embraced, you cuddled. Skin to skin contact here is kind of what I'm getting. We're going back to that crescent moon symbology, which my readings are timeless. They're not in any kind of chronological order. I channel what I channel, but the last reading that we did, those of you that resonated already know about that crescent moon thing. I forget the title of that reading. Somebody can link it below because this is showing sign that this is tied to that past reading, okay? So I feel like whatever happened here started with that kind of contact between you guys, right? You shared a moment physically. The starry sky stuff around the moon reminds me of white noise, reminds me of static, like what we get on the TV here. Which means it happened in the void. It happened on a clean slate. It happened in the blank, right? Where anything could manifest here. It happened in some place that didn't have to do with time. You know, whatever that might mean. Maybe that means something later, but I am seeing that void space and something happening within it and almost something closing, right? It feels like something's closing, but it's actually a new beginning. Something's closing between you two. Likely you had to let go, or they let go, right? And that closing is what it feels like, but it's a new beginning. Your feelings in this situation are likely that of obsession. This triggered obsessive feelings within you. You might interpret it as love, but obsession is not love. It is you lacking qualities within yourself that you project onto the other person because you think that they have them, and you become obsessed. That's part of your soul kind of saying, I want you to give me these things, but your mind is kind of like, only this person can give them to me, right? So basically what happened here is you went on a deep journey of the heart to hopefully, at its highest vibrational frequency, for you to find what you needed to give yourself and to be able to give that to yourself. We love this sparkly gold tarot deck. It's pretty cool. Right, so you're giving yourself the gold that you realized in some way was lacking through obsession. I don't think this person came through anytime soon. Triggered more and more obsession, more want, more weight, right? Until you finally said basically, well, I need to tend to myself. I need to give to myself. I have these qualities. So you're becoming whole, you're becoming complete through that event that was triggered by the kiss. Dark Night of the Soul, the siren song, etc. Not really what you want to hear. I'm sure you want to hear that this is, you know, your twin flame soulmate. You're going to end up together, married, happily ever after, and there's no work for you to do, right? Maybe you guys will end up together. I don't know, but right now it's showing me the journey that this took you on, right? It's a journey for the strong, not the weak. The weak probably didn't make it this far in the reading once I started talking about you instead of them. Tarot cards coming up for this. A lot of blockage. The smoke coming through from my incense showed me the Ace of Wands, which means that out of this comes a new beginning. So that's basically your biggest message right now. Out of everything that you're going through comes a new beginning. This was, I almost want to say, some kind of ancestral initiation period. So you're doing what people in the past were not able to do. You are removing, or you have removed, a very deep blockage, right? By doing something for yourself, by finding what you needed within yourself instead of outsourcing that into a relationship, right? You didn't jump from relationship to get what you need from somebody because you think that they have what you need. You were either blocked from that relationship or you took your space. Now you're whole, right? But it's showing here this opening here. And you need to know that the people before you wanted to get into this space, but they likely couldn't, maybe because of the culture in the past or something else. Like they had to marry, they had to be with somebody. They weren't allowed to, you know, have their own job, be single, to take their time in space. The culture wouldn't allow that, but 2025, 2020s, you know, modern day, we can take all the time and space we need. We can be self-sufficient, and that is showing kind of what's going on there. But with the Three of Swords, there is a lot of heartbreak that came through that. The other person. If this was you and the overall connection, what's going on with the other person? I'm not going to draw for any particular viewpoint. I just want to, you know, focus on the energy of the other. Focus on the energy of the other. A little secretive here. It's showing me it's a little secretive. So I feel that they put up a block, and this is lasting for a long time. Now, if someone blocked you on social media, email, your phone, that is your sign that you are too much and you're probably creeping them out. Okay? You have to respect a block. Take the ego hit that you've been blocked and look at your behavior. Okay? There's no justification for someone blocking you other than you need to lay off. That needs to be said for some people, because some of you go way over the top in connections. Way over the top, right? Where it's just pure obsession, right? Stop stalking the person, stop whatever. If you're blocked, let it go. They're not yours. But for 90% of you, I feel that this block was them kind of slipping out of communication. Was you feeling very close to them, and then energetically you feel cut off, right? And you may look into your mind like, oh, it was something I did, it was this, it was that. What was it? Why did this block go up? What you need to be looking at is kind of like the physical, they blocked you, little tangent that I went on, is like, no, it doesn't matter. If you feel this blockage, look at it this way. There's a blockage up. It's not yours to fix. They either lower their hand and open the blockage, or they don't, right? But it is showing that this person did put that up in some kind of energetic way, some kind of spiritual way. 8 of Pentacles, 2 of Swords, and the King of Wands. So that just fell out. I'll look at that in a second. Why did they put that block up? 5 of Cups, depression, Knight of Pentacles, not enough. 10 of Pentacles, want more. So I feel like this person in your presence, and these can always be reversed. Maybe you felt like this and I'm reading about you and not the other person. So reverse it if that's the case. But I feel like in relationships, in your presence, this person felt like they were not enough. And I feel like they're slow moving. They want time to be more, right? With the 10 of Pentacles, I feel like they probably view you as having those 10 Pentacles, which in tarot speak kind of means you've done well. You're abundant in their eyes, and thus they don't feel abundant. So they push you away. They push you back. They put that blockage up, and they're taking their time to work on themselves, if they're mature, or just try to get somewhere, right? So they can feel that they're on your level when they approach you, right? So this is a person whose emotions, whose depression, whose sorrows made them feel insecure, right? And your abundance made them feel that way. And it's not about if you feel abundant or not. This is about perception, your perceived abundance. But I feel like a lot of you, if you don't feel it yet, very quickly, very soon, you will feel quite abundant, right? Because I feel there's this big changes with you after what seems like to be in the past this really, really tough dark night of the soul. We get the Page of Wands looking quite upset. So this is your person kind of saying, I can't right now, I'm turning my back. The Magician and the 6 of Wands, but I will have coming into my power, I will have success with what I want to manifest. So I don't think this person turns their back and shuts the door and locks it. I feel like this person pushes you back. Silence, distance, ghosting, with the intention to change and improve. Now what fell out over here again? 8 of Pentacles, 2 of Swords. I want to say the zing of Wands. Looks like the zing of Wands, the King of Wands, and the King of Pentacles. Same sex. This might particularly speak to a reading of 2 gentlemen. Sub boys. Maybe even further, a fire sign and a pentacle sign and an earth sign. Could be an age gap. Doesn't have to be same sex. You guys could be straight too. Kind of boring, right? But, you know, could be straight. I just keep seeing this person choosing a path that takes time, that takes them working on themselves. Did not expect these two decks to play so well together with color, but it's looking like almost like a green tinted monochrome, and gold has something to do with this message. I don't know how that's going to manifest in your life, or maybe it already has, but more on this person's feelings, more information on this person that you should know at this time. It's funny, the dog, my neighbor's got a new dog and it fucking flips its shit for like the first half hour when they leave. And I was like starting the reading like, God damn this dog. And here it comes, right? Flips its shit first hour when they leave. But then it usually seems to calm down. Separation anxiety. Conquest and wildness. I feel like this person, again, to me, it's coming through as masculine energy really wanting to improve itself. This is not an excuse for their behavior or the way that they're treating you. This is a look into their perception. Your advice or what you need to know at this time. Your advice or what you need to know at this time, my dear Taroversian, in this relationship. What do you need to know at this time? Page of Cups, High Priestess, Nine of Cups. Okay. Keep your heart open, tap into your inner power. You are where you need to be right now. You're opening a new door. What is wanted will come to you. Your heart is a cup and you're filling it. Strength, the moon, and the Ten of Swords. You've made it out of a very dark period. You're understanding the mysteries now. You have strength now, right? This is your rebirth. This is you hit rock bottom, but it's showing that you used your inner magic, your inner strength to get out of it. Not everything is clear to you, all right? With the moon coming in here, things are still enigmatic, nebulous, but you have that inner knowing. Almost strength almost looks like the masculine version of the High Priestess to me. So it's like all your energy is coming together, right? You're bringing everything together, and that together joins in your heart space. You stay tapped into that, stay filling your cup, stay open, and I do see things working out for you, right? The key here with Strength and the High Priestess, if you want to harness the energy of these types of cards, of those lessons of life, which is what the tarot are, you cannot be in a state of fear. Fear will control you, fear will block you, fear will cloud you. And if you look back at your obsession and your journey, right, you started in fear, and now you're either almost out of it or you're out of it. Stay out of it and stay into yourself. We're going to go deeper in the extended. I'll look at what the future holds between you two. I also want to read more about the kiss. And I've also got I didn't use it for this reading, but I've got my Ravisa Oracle deck, Way of the Witches. Pretty cool one. We'll draw some for that and see what comes out for you. That'll be in the description box below. Thank you if you are a channel member to watch those extendeds. It's a huge help to the channel, and I do hope that I give you the information that is needed for those that choose to pay. If we are splitting ways here, thank you so much for coming. Stay true to yourself, stay centered and aligned. Take care.